Hey there, Kelly here. Welcome to Epoxy Basics. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to get perfectly crisp lines every time using tape. For this demo, I'll be using my go-to painter's tape, which is FrogTape. I feel like this does a really good job to prevent paint bleed, and also it doesn't leave behind a sticky residue. As you can see here, I'm carefully lining up the top of the tape with the very edge of my wooden panel and pushing firmly to make sure it has a nice tight seal. Once you worked your way around the piece, it's time to flip it over and work on the back. Take your scissors and cut little slits into each corner. Fold down those flaps of tape and press down to make sure the tape is flush against the surface. So, fun fact, when I ordered my Epoxy's TableTop Pro resin, it actually came with this really nifty plastic spreader. So I'm going to use that to push down my tape and make sure there's no air bubbles and it has a really nice seal. Now I'm just going to use more tape to cover up any exposed wood. Now I'm sure some of you are thinking that I'm going way overboard with this tape, and you might be right, but I would rather play it safe than sorry. And let's all give a round of applause again for this handy plastic spreader. I am serious, these things are awesome. This next step is extra credit. It's for all of you overachievers out there. If you take brush on varnish and add a thin layer right to where your tape meets your panel, it's gonna add another layer of protection against the dreaded paint bleed. Let's put this tape application to the test. For this demo, I'll be using Epoxy's TableTop Pro epoxy system. It has a 30-minute working time and a quicker curing time. This means I can do multiple coats in one day. As you can see, I am not being shy with the epoxy. I want to show you that this taping application really works. Once the epoxy is cured, it's finally time to remove the tape. To make your life a little easier, use your heat gun to warm up the epoxy. Now this is going to soften the epoxy and loosen that adhesive on the tape. You're going to get a cleaner, easier, and smoother tape removal. Just be careful, the tape can become pretty warm when you're using your heat gun. So what do you think? Did this tape application pass the test? If so, hit that like button and let us know what Epoxy Basics tutorial you would like to see next. Stay creative and happy crafting!